Hey guys, so what's the big idea over here? In the passage he says, a dog's nose is to ours as the wrinkled surface of our complex brain is to the surface of an egg. So, analogies, right? If you've ever seen analogies before, this is exactly the thing. A is to B as C is to D. Right? Sometimes you see it with a bunch of colons and all that jazz. So, what's the idea? We're comparing a dog's nose to our nose. And we're saying that that comparison is the same as the comparison of our brain to the surface of an egg. Well, that just seems like bananas. I mean, what are we talking about? Because they smell and noses, like what? Okay, what's going on here, right? Well, it turns out that human brains wrinkle as they commit things to memory. We wrinkle as we learn. So the more wrinkled the surface of our brains are, the more we're like capable of thinking about, the more we can do, right? And so if our brains were as smooth as the surface of an egg, which is very smooth, that would actually be bad because that would mean that we, can't actually think about all that much stuff and we can't store the information. The wrinkles help us to fire neurons more quickly, all sorts of things. So wrinkles are good, right? Lots of wrinkles are extra good. Lots of good. Okay. So remember, the dog's nose is the corollary of the wrinkled surface of the brain. If you look at a dog's nose, I mean, there's actually like some wrinkles in there. Maybe, but the point isn't necessarily the physical structure. The point is that the dog's nose then is capable of all the same levels of like complex thought and interaction with the world, right? Our complex brains do a whole lot of stuff. Dogs' noses, complex things. They do a whole lot of stuff. Big, huge powerhouse of information for a dog. And then say, okay, so our nose then, right, ours over here is being compared to the surface of an egg. So again, if our brains were like the surface of an egg, we would not be capable of very much. Our noses are not capable of very much. Like you can smell, a very, very strong spoiled egg or a pie or a cookie. But we cannot, right, driving this point home, we cannot smell if our friends are sad. That's not a thing that we can smell. And we can't really smell like, what is the smell of porcelain? There's maybe a smell there, but it would have way more meaning to a dog. Dogs can really smell lots more stuff going on, right? So, different levels of complexity here. What this is saying, in its most simple, is that dogs' noses are very, very complex, and our noses kind of suck. Right? There we go.